Shiveluch erupts on April 11, 2023 at 1:35 a.m. local time, the single most consistently explosive volcano on the planet with more than 36 highly explosive eruptions in the last 10,000 years produced yet another powerful eruption. Occurring at the Shiveluch Volcano in Russia, it represented this volcano's largest eruption in 59 years, as a 1964 eruption it produced was slightly larger. As a section of Shiveluch's lava dome exploded, a sustained plume of ash was ejected to a height of 54,000 feet or 16.5 kilometers, and 10 centimeters or 4 inches thick of ash quickly fell on the populated town of Kliuchi, which is located 45 kilometers southwest of the volcano. Additionally, pyroclastic flows which were generated during this eruption may have traveled as much as 18 or 19 kilometers. As a whole, we know that this paroxysm was a subplinian eruption as it contained a sustained eruption column which lasted for several hours but had an eruption plume height of under 20 kilometers. If it had been 20 kilometers or more, it would have been a plinian eruption. And if it had been 20 kilometers or more and ejected more than 10 cubic kilometers of tephra, it would have been an ultraplinian eruption. Yet, this eruption was most likely only a low-end VEI4, which is still large, with my eruption size personal estimate suggesting between 0.16 and 0.25 cubic kilometers of tephra was ejected. I based this figure on comparing ash thicknesses at distance to other volcanoes which produced VEI4 eruptions, and it was a pretty close match in terms of ash thickness at various distances to the 2014 eruption of the Escalates volcano, as the ash from Shiveluch appears to have fallen on approximately 150,000 square kilometers of land and ocean. Thus, because of the size of this eruption, I have some good news for those of you who volcanic sunsets live in Kamchatka, northern Russia, Alaska, Canada, or even Hokkaido. You are quite likely to see spectacular sunsets at points during the next week which include unusual colors, much like seen after the 2022 eruption of Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai. The reason is due to the sheer amount of sulfur dioxide gas this eruption ejected into the atmosphere, which was likely about 400,000 tons. These sunsets are likely to be unusually bright and vivid, take up larger sections of the sky than typical sunsets, and contain unusual colors typically not seen such as purple,